Now welcome to the press conference room, the Chief Content Officer of WWE, Paul Triple H Levesque.
Blown away by that reception. Thank you guys all for being here. Really appreciate your support, as always, towards what we're doing, towards the brand. You know, LA has always been a special place, I think, for so many entertainment groups, but especially for WWE. The history here of professional wrestling, what we do. Every time I'm here, I think of Freddie Blassie. You know, it goes so far back, and today is no different. So, you know, in this building, in the Inwood Dome, the partnership here is so great. This building is so incredible. The technology that is here, the fan base that will come to these events, all of it. It's a special place. Love this building, love the people here. Forum across the street, just made for an amazing day. And I just want to thank the people here for our partnership at the Inwood Dome and at the Kia Forum, both. For me anyways, at least, what was a very special day, I think, for our talent as well. The partnership or the new acquisition of AAA with us, that is in process. Worlds collide today in partnership with AAA. Was an incredible event. I only got to stay for part of it because I had to come over here. I will watch the rest later. But I was incredibly impressed with the talent, with the team from AAA, how our team worked with them, and the event that we were able to put on. I think a lot of people are going to be very excited and very happy with what we present with AAA. I think, as Conan mentioned today, we're not looking to turn it into something different. We're not looking to change it. We're looking for authentic lucha libre. We're looking for what has been sort of so deeply ingrained in the culture in Mexico and around the world. We want to continue that. We want to grow it. We want to allow those talent, the incredible talent that are there, to have an even bigger platform that they've ever had, and use the power of WWE production and everything else and the strength of the brand to put behind it and let it become something, I think something that was envisioned when Triple H first started to go outside of the box to create something different and something new. We want to amplify that. I think it's what WWE did in the very beginning, and I think it's to the core of what we do, so we will amplify that. And you know, talking to the talent today and seeing their excitement, this is going to be a fun adventure for all of them and for everybody, and the people that will win the most are fans. I thought the talent there were incredible today. I love walking into a building like that with talent that are seeing a sort of a shift of what they're going to be able to do in front of the world, and just seeing this opportunity there. They were all so excited and so fired up, and just looking to sort of put their stamp on the rest of the world. And I think it was just the beginning. We're just dipping our toe in the water right now where this will go. And it's going to be awesome. Also, I never knew iguanas were so much fun. I think that will be an amazing thing. I think kids are going to want iguanas everywhere. Tonight we broke a lot of records, and I know I say that a lot when we do these things, but the last record for all-time arena gate was set here at the Inwood Dome when we were here on January 6th, and we beat that tonight. So that had held up until tonight. We passed that tonight, 5 months later. So an attendance of 17,374. live crazy fans that were here tonight. Put that added into the 10,000 or so that were across the street a little earlier today. It was a hell of a day. So I'm very excited. Also set merch records. Look like from the numbers that I just saw walking in here, the viewership numbers across both Peacock and Netflix were up as well. And as I'm sure all of you have seen, and we'll have more, I just don't have all the detail on it, but Triple A did incredibly well earlier today as well across YouTube. So very excited for the whole thing and for the day. I thought tonight was awesome. I just, talent killed it. Some talent that were, had to pull double duty today. Talent that we're not used to seeing, Octagon Jr., working twice, Stephanie Vicaire working 3 times in the last 24 hours, I think, and them just loving it. It takes me back to a time at that point in my career where I was, you're trying to make a name for yourself and get going, and you'll do this 10 times a day if they'll let you, and that's what the feeling was like. And I thought earlier today, Chad Gable had an amazing outing with Vikingo. I thought, first of all, I'll just say everybody that was there, and I already said that, but Triple A just wowed me this morning. Chad Gable had an amazing main event. Luckily for him, he didn't qualify for Money in the Bank, but Americano did pretty well, I thought, in that too. So the good thing coming out of tonight is women had a spectacular match, men had a spectacular match. Becky and Lyra was incredible. Dom and Octagon put him on a platform. I don't know if everybody in this room will get it, but when a talent comes back for the ring with tears in their eyes, crying, thanking you for the opportunity, it's a humbling experience. For him, this was a dream, and it's just so cool to be able to give them that platform and then say, go out and work your magic, man. And he did it tonight, and it was spectacular. And then, Cody, Jay, Cena, Logan Paul continues to just wow me. Just a spectacular athlete, spectacular performer that, people just, he's not afraid to get heat, and he's not afraid to make you think who he is what you see, and it's awesome. I love it. And John continuing on his farewell tour, and it's funny, I've known John for so long. Watching him in this process right now, and just how much he's enjoying it, and how much fun he's having doing this, and I don't know, for me, it's about everybody's enjoyment, but it's about John's. He has earned the right to do this exactly the way he wants it to do, and he's having the most fun I think I've ever seen him have. So I'm incredibly happy for him, and then I'm sure everybody might want to ask about R-Truth. So I will leave it to you. I'm going to hit the questions. First thing, before that, just want to mention this Monday, Phoenix, Jay and Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship coming off of this tonight. That will be amazing, and given the fact that we now have Money in the Bank holders, let's see where that all goes. Saturday, June 28th, Night of Champions. From Riyadh, we'll be heading to Atlanta for a huge weekend, July 12th, 13th, Great American Bash. Saturday night's main event and Evolution 2. Really looking forward to that. August 2 and 3, first ever 2-night SummerSlam from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. So it's going to be a busy summer. It's been a busy spring. I feel like it's been a busy first half of the year. We've been doing a lot of events, doing record business. I want to say tonight was the 28th or 29th sellout in the last 6 months. So things continue to be on the up. Excited for it, and then I'm sure, as everybody heard today, WrestleMania 42, going into Las Vegas, when you have a record-shattering biggest WrestleMania of all time in Vegas, it's great to be able to say we're going back to the entertainment capital of the world, and we look forward to breaking this year's records there. So, exciting time. I'll open it up to you.
First question, front row.
Well,
Hey man,
Raj,
what's going
how are
on,
you?
Raj? How are you?
This-
Long time no see.
good to see you. This region specifically, Southern California, Vegas, it'll be the home of the World Cup, the Olympics, Super Bowls, all that. You guys have really planted a flag here. This event, Survivor Series, going back through Mania. What is the significance of the WWE saying we're going to plant our flag here?
Part of me would look and say, is there any place in the world we haven't planted a flag, right? We tend to do that, and the fan base is incredible. I mean, even just when you look at the push internationally, in a few months, I mentioned all the way up to SummerSlam, but after that we'll be in Paris. Right after that we'll be in Perth. You know, we're truly a global brand that does massive events all around the world. But LA, you know, there's places that are different. New York, LA, right? LA is just one of those places where big, large-scale events do incredibly well. And there's a fan base here that is second to none. They're loud, they love it, they come in droves. And you saw it here tonight. You saw it this morning at Worlds Collide. You saw it January 6th. You know, you're gonna see it again. So I think it's not so much saying we're planting our flag here, but we're establishing a pattern in the largest markets around the world where not only do we want to be there because the fan base is there and they love it, but those locations want us there. So they are coming to us and they are saying, what can we do to get big events here? What can we do to get a WrestleMania? What can we do to get a Rumble? What can we do to get a SummerSlam? How can we be in business with you? And that's going across the board from Saturday night's main events to everything else in between. That's a place where we want to be. And we want to partner with the best locations and the best cities and the best buildings, and we want to put on spectacles like we did here tonight and make it as worthwhile for the fans as it is for the city, as it is for their economy, and as it is for us.
Oh, right here. I'm so sorry.
You've ruined his whole thing.
I know.
Yeah, he's
Horrible.
His camera's all crooked and everything.
I know. Jordan Mendoza at USA Today.
Hi, Jordan.
You mentioned the R-Truth this week has been crazy with fans. I'm sure you heard everything. I saw everything that was being said about
I didn't notice.
Oh, well, in case you didn't know. I wanted to know exactly, was he actually released or leaving the company? And if so, how much did fans play a role in it? Or was there something else that made you guys decide, like, you know what, we want this guy still here?
I love the question. You enjoying the show? Whole part of the show, man.
Second row, right side.
Hey, it's Adrian Hernandez of Unlikely,
Adrian.
based in Las Vegas. I think I can speak for the city in saying thank you for making the decision to bring WrestleMania back to Las Vegas.
Well, thank you guys for the response the first time. That's why we're coming back.
100%. Well, that leads to my question. What was the number one deciding factor in making the pivot to return to Vegas for back-to-back Manias?
And hard for me to say what the number one decision was, but I think just the event itself and, you know, Vegas, the entertainment capital, right? Like, and to be able to go back in there, it's built for stuff like what we do. And to be able to go there a second time, the things that we learned this time, and how we handled the week there and everything else, this one will be even better. So it's a great opportunity for us to go in there in a place that, you know, people loved going to last year, will love going to again. You know, and we love New Orleans, and we love our partnership with them. We were able to grow that partnership with them along through this process as well. So I think it's a win for everybody.
Thank you.
Next question, front row.
Emily May with Sportskeeda Wrestling. So you mentioned we have a much anticipated premium live event that lots of fans have been demanding over the years, and that is Evolution 2. So I'd like to know from a leadership perspective, what decision were you able to make sure that that could come back? And then creatively, how are you gonna work with the incredible roster that you have to build this premium live event to make it even bigger and better than ever?
So thank you for the question on that. I've wanted to do Evolution 2 since Evolution 1, right? Probably before we even did it, I was already like trying to figure out how to do Evolution 2. For a lot of different reasons, the timing wasn't right, but now it is. I'm thrilled to be able to do it again. And the truth is, as amazing as the women in our business were then, it's grown exponentially, right? The biggest trick we'll have is how do we build that card out and have that many women and try to fit as many people into that card, because everybody's going to want to be a part of it, and we want to make sure that everybody gets to do something there. So that will be the trickiest part. What's awesome for us is the demand for it, right? I think that across the fan base, people have been asking for it, and I think the opportunity for us to give it to them now, and I know I mentioned Octagon in his response earlier, like when we keep things quiet a lot, right? When talent first start to catch wind of like, we're doing Evolution again, and you see that gleam in their eye and their excitement about it, that's awesome, because they're just chomping at the bit to get there and figure out what that is and what it's going to be, and they're looking to kill it and make a statement. So, it's a lot of these women watched the first that are here now. They just watched the first one, and for them, while they thought about being on Raw and SmackDown, and while they dreamed about being at WrestleMania and all those things, I'm sure for a lot of those women, they were like, man, if they ever did another one of those, that would be incredible. And here we are. So I can't wait to just build that platform and then watch them crush it, because it's what they do every time.
Final question.
Hi, Noah Reardon from Billboard Magazine.
I know.
You mentioned it's a busy summer. So with Cardi B hosting SummerSlam, what can we expect from that event specifically? And could we see her in the ring, potentially?
Well, let me answer the second part of it first. So, can you see her? I don't know if anybody can control Cardi B. Let me just start with that. So, if she wants to, I think it's going to be hard to talk her out of it. And then, what can we expect? Who the hell knows? The one thing I know about Cardi is whatever she's going to do is what she's going to do, and you're sort of kind of just hanging on to the tiger's tail a little bit there. So she's a lot of fun to work with, has been so far with this. She's excited to do it. I think, as everybody knows, she's a big fan and has talked a lot about the business over the years and all that stuff, and comments on it a lot. So when you work with people like that, it's exciting. We'll see where that goes, but we're thrilled to be working with her. There's a lot of artists out there across so many different things now that are just, they're fans and looking to come in and do things with us, and we'll vet through them and try to figure out what the ones that can do the most and be a positive for our fan base, and just help to expand the product out beyond the realm of just wrestling fans, and get the rest of the world into what we're doing. And there's a lot of, just as my mind is spinning as I'm saying it, but there's a lot of exciting things that will be coming up, I believe, over the next year or two, from a lot of different sources, many of which you wouldn't expect us to maybe go down that road, that will be additive to the business. So I think it's a really cool time where things are clicking, and the world is watching and they're excited about what we're doing, and you see it across the numbers of everything we're doing. So exciting time, and I just keep watching, because with people like Cardi, you never know. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate the time. Thank you.